Hi, once again, I'm back, Kaushik Chatterjee. In this video, again, we are going to discuss the same series, how to make money. Lot of tools already have discussed, savings, investment, lot of patterns we have already discussed. Maybe by this time you have already watched, even you have got even a lot of even strategic plan for yourself, or maybe for maybe your dearest nearest, or maybe for your peers also. But yes, any one of them already have started, any one of them already you are planning. So it is up to you only, it is all your benefit, it is for your purpose only. I'm just here with all my experience, even 19 plus experience, whatever I have gathered, even that only I'm just going to share over here. And this new video, what we are going to discuss, another very popular tool, and that is mostly even nowadays, last even 4 5 years, I can say, even most of the people, even especially people who are not even a government employee, that's a very popular tool. Even most of the people are using basically for their own even pension purpose, and that is none other than your NPS. I think most of the people already might have heard about this NPS, National Pension Scheme. So I hope by name itself, I think most of the people already have understood. So this is all about for your pension purpose. Now, as a private employee, when including me, if I look out, for me even that's also a big headache, because if I'm going to take a retirement, let's say around 58 or maybe beyond that, if I'm going to take this, because as a standard age, even I just told you, so 58, if I'm going to take this retirement, whatever even I have earned, so my company is not going to give me any kind of pension, because I'm not a government employee, even though a state government employee, even though I'm not a central government employee. So people are already even being a central government, being a state government employee, so they will have a different policy even for their pension. And when I'm talking about the pension, so you can go back to my pension video, you can just watch this video, and then you can come back to the video, so that you will understand how a government employee actually is benefited for a pension, on what basis they are going to get this pension. So typically, I'm just telling you, though this is not a video to discuss in details about this pension part, but yes, just before you watch this other video about the pension, so I'm just going to tell you, so people are already, let's say, a government employee, any kind of state government or any kind of central government employee. I'm talking about the India province only. And so that will be depends whatever they have drawn lastly as their basic and their DA allowances. So DA allowances is nothing but your DNS allowances, which will be declared based on their inflation every year by central government employee by the central government, and by state government employee by their state government itself. So this is typically coming to your pension. So that much if you understood, it is enough. Details if you want to know, you can go and watch that pension video, and then you can come back to this video. But as I told you, so private employees even may not be everybody even placed child of the god, and they are not even having this benefit. So what exactly I need to do? I've invested, let's say, XYZ. I've invested even XYZ fund. I've invested in XYZ tool. But what about my pension? For that, this is a very important tool, and how I can make money. So here exactly you are going to make money. Even again, the same basic fundamental things we need to follow. So whatever I'm just going to save, and out of that savings, even I need to decide how much pension exactly I'm looking out after my retirement. As I told you, so retirement could be your after 58 plus any of your time, whatever you feel. But how much I'm going to withdraw that time. So that is the one benefit you are going to get in this NPS. So probably people who are already even a blessed child, even as I told you, as I mentioned, so maybe they are already a government employee, even central government, or let's say even a state government employee. So they will be having fixed on their basic and the DA. But if you are a private employee, you can decide your pension amount. They cannot decide, but you can decide your pension amount. So that is only one change I can see over here. How? So that only I'm just going to tell you. So you have to decide your savings, you have to decide your investment, and that you can do in NPS. You can do even till your 30 years of your duration. So I'm just giving a typical example. Let's say today my age is 30. So I'm going to take, let's say, a retirement age of 60. So this entire 30 years, I need to decide at the age of 60 how much exactly I'm looking out for my pension. So let's say I'm just looking out, let's say when I be, let's say at my 60, let's say I'm looking for my pension of 1 lakh. Now, how this 1 lakh actually you can calculate? So, for that, you have to decide during this entire 30 years how much you are going to invest. So, let me also tell you there is no limit in NPS. Maybe other tools already have discussed, even other pension tool, even for the public also we have discussed, even for the employee also we have discussed. But here, another beauty of this tool is there is no limit itself. You can decide even more than even 1,000 rupees, any amount, whatever you can afford. So that's what I told you again, the fundamental things. Whatever your savings are already there, whatever your big corpus or small corpus or medium corpus, whatever you feel, now here you can do a proper calculation. So let's say I'm just giving an example. Let's say I want to invest, let's say 10,000 per month. So yearly how much? Very simple, it is 1,20,000. So 30 years, if I want to invest, then how much it is? It is 36 lakhs. Clear? It's a basic mathematics. So now according to that, you can plan. So let's say on 36 lakhs, whatever my corpus, and this corpus again, as I told you, so here also again, you're going to get a definitely on your capital, you're going to get a even your interest. Here the interest, as I told you even earlier, even other even pension tools. So here interest is not measured, it can be varied also, because this is like the authority is taking care. I mean the governing body, you can say it is government of India, or let's say they have a regulatory board, like pension fund regulatory board, typically if I look out. But here the fund is managed by, let's say, the private organization. So I'm not going to name it out all those private organizations, because this again, I'm not here to promote any kind of product, any kind of service over here. So I cannot even name of those even private organization. But yes, it is managed by, let's say, all even private financial institute. I'm not talking only private financial institute, it is managed even privately, you can say. It can be a government organization, government financial organization, or maybe it could be a private financial organization itself. So why I'm mentioning this without taking their name? Because based on their performance in the market, based on their even performance on their asset, on their entire even like volume of their profit, you are going to get the returns accordingly. And that money they are actually putting in that even market, in that equity market, or let's say in the debt market, or let's say in the, let's say on let's say some other fund, whatever I can say. So this is again, I'm not going to invest in the market. Let's say if I'm not aware about this market, I'm talking about this security market, I'm talking about this trading market, I'm talking about the share market. Let's say I'm not a big player, I'm not, let's say, so much educated to invest, or let's say I'm not even having that kind of guidance even to invest over there. But yes, through this fund you can get all the benefit. So you can decide in a fund itself, you can decide how much you want to take a risk. Let's say if I want to go for a equity fund, let's say I want to take a risk of 70%. So let's say if I'm going to invest my 10,000, so out of this 10,000, as I given an example, out of this 10,000, 70% means 7,000 I'm going to invest in the equity market, though I don't know anything about the market. Remaining, let's say 20% I'm going to invest, let's say in, let's say, any kind of debt market, or let's say remaining 10% I'm going to keep it on the, let's say, any kind of government bond or something in that fund itself. So what I'm trying to say, my 10,000, it is divided in three groups, in three category, where I'm not going to invest for that entirely. The PF board, the even pension fund regulatory authority, even they are there to manage even my fund. And based on, as I told you, the companies, even wherever I'm going to choose even invest this money, so based on their performance, when I'm going to get the returns. So that is what the whole story I just shared. So here the returns, even again, it will be high, it will be low, it will be medium. So if I take, let's say, an example of, let's say, around 12 to 15%, or let's say 10 to 15%. So again, you are on the market ahead. So you are not going to take high risk, you are not even going to lose your money, because it is over a period of 30 years. So on an average, if I take even 10 to 15%, and as I told you, on my 36 lakhs, even on a simple calculation of every year, every month, even 10,000, So my asset will be 36 lakhs. Whatever I'm going to invest, that money, my capital, but my asset will be with my this 10 to 15% invested on my invested amount. Total, even the money, my asset, my corpus will be maybe, let's say, around some crores together. If I give you a typical example, so on the 10-15% before you calculate, or let's say you can do even, you can use even some other tool. With my experience, I'm just telling you, so you can expect 2.5 to 3.5 sensitive even returns on your total investment amount. So how much I have invested? 36 lakhs. So if I look out on the 2.5 even times, or let's say 3.5 times, so how much it will be? Typically it will be somewhere around your, some around 2 to 3 crores. Roughly if I look out. Around roughly if I look out. 2 to 3 crores. Isn't it? So it will be somewhere like this. Or let's say I'll take a 2 crores amount for a generic understanding. For an example. So how much I have invested? My invested amount is how much? 36 lakhs. How I have invested? Through my 30 years, through my 10,000 every year. And what are the portfolio I'm maintaining? That also I just told you. Even though I'm not going to invest in the market, even though I don't know ABCD about the market, equity market or trading market. So these are all together I'm going to get in this fund itself, in this tool itself. Now, here another beauty of this, because we are into pension discussion. So how much pension I'm going to decide, that I have to calculate through this investment on. So as I told you, let's say if I'm looking up to 61 lakh even pension, from this 2 CR, whatever I have already made my asset, put together my asset, my corpus created, so 2 crores is already there for you. It is waiting for you. When you can take out this money, up to 75 years, even you can enjoy this money. And that money, post that, even you can also take out, or maybe whatever your nominee, that money automatically it will pass to that nominee itself. So your 2 crore is fixed. Even you can withdraw even certain amount of money when you are actually going to start your pension. So typically it is on a rules. If I uh, tell you now itself, so it will be 40% of your total corpus amount. But yes, if you want even beyond that, that also you can take out. So typically you can take up this money for your immediate use. Let's say after 60 I need some certain amount, so on my 2 crores I need to keep at least minimum 40% over there. Remaining when 60% I can use, means 1.2 cr I can take out, and remaining 80 lakhs I can keep it. Or let's say I can also keep, let's say 1.5 crores I can take out, even 50 lakhs I can also use. So understand, your one savings is going to help you even all your purpose, your pension, your emergency amount, let's say age of 60, your some of the, let's say your sentiments, or let's say some of your emotions you want to fulfill at your age of 60. Maybe you want to buy a luxury car, buy a luxury house, or maybe for your children marriage, education, whatever, even maybe a foreign trip, whatever you want to do. So that time you are going to get this huge corpus just for your small savings, just for your small investment. And from there onwards you are going to get this pension. As I told you, you can decide your own pension, and that you are going to enjoy till your age of 75. And this corpus, total corpus, it will be again given back to your nominates. So if you want to know more, if you want to get more discussion on the same, so definitely you are always welcome to my mailbox, always welcome to my chat box. I'm not here to promote any kind of product, any kind of service, but yes, with all my experience, I can also guide you, I can also help you, and this will be only my one satisfaction. Thanks, thanks for watching.